like new software for our internal computers. So, our subconscious mind is what controls most of our emotions, even our actions and behaviors that we take, the actions we take in our day to day lives. And we're all already practicing this repeated thinking, this repeated thoughts. But so often, those repeated thoughts are negative and they form as habits accidentally as we move through our lives and as we experience stress and as we experience difficulty. And maybe somebody says something not so nice to us and we internalize that. Or, we think that we're not good at something. And so we think one of those negative thoughts over and over and over again. They call this chintan in the yogic philosophy. So affirmations are positive chintan. We're just replacing some of those negative thought patterns that we all have. It's normal and natural. We all have them. So it's the process of replacing those negative thought patterns with more positive, uplifting beliefs and thought patterns. A great way to find emotional balance and start your day feeling steady and prepared for whatever is ahead of you. So, with that, we'll go ahead and begin. Take a moment to really settle into wherever you are right now. So, feeling your lower body resting in your chair or on the floor, wiggling around a little bit to make yourself comfortable. Take a big breath in to sit up tall in your spine, finding some length through the crown of your head. And then exhale to close your eyes fully, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, unclenching your belly, and relaxing your jaw as you bring all of your awareness to your breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing deeply into your body, letting your belly expand on the inhale and collapse on the exhale. As we continue with these belly breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, begin to repeat to yourself, I release all stress and tension in my mind and body. I release all stress and tension in my mind and body. I release all stress and tension in my mind and body. Practice letting go on those exhales out, releasing any stress, tension, tiredness, negative thoughts, any resistance you may be feeling or that you don't want to carry with you into the day ahead. Continue to repeat this affirmation on your own, allowing yourself to release and let go as you move through the practice, saying, I release all stress and tension in my mind and body. Take a moment to check in with yourself and notice, has your mind wandered too far outside the affirmation? Come back for just another repetition. I release all stress and tension in my mind and body. Now moving into our next affirmation. I am safe. I am secure. I have everything I need. I am safe. I am secure. I have everything I need. I am safe. I am secure. I have everything I need. Feel the stability of your lower body connected to the ground or the chair beneath you. Allow yourself to feel rooted, stable. As you continue to repeat this affirmation on your own, either silently in your mind, or you could always try saying these out loud as well if you have the privacy to do so. I am safe. I am secure. I have everything I need. Once again, check in with yourself and notice if your mind has wandered. Remembering that this is a natural part of the process. Practicing letting go by breathing out and coming back to the affirmation one last time. I am safe. I am secure. I have everything I need. And now moving into our last affirmation. I deeply, completely love myself. I deeply, completely love myself. Try to let go of any resistance to saying these words. Allow your heart to open and expand. Try to create the feeling of deep love and acceptance for yourself, just as you would for someone else you love, a good friend, a small child. Allow that feeling of love to rest on your heart as you continue here repeating the words for just a few more moments. I deeply, completely love myself. Notice one last time if your mind has wandered too far outside the affirmation. Come back to it one last time. I deeply, completely love myself. Take one last moment here to reflect on the power of these words you just spoke to yourself. Having given yourself permission to release and let go of all stress and tension in your mind and body. Feeling grounded, safe, secure, trusting that you have everything you need. And last, connecting with the feeling of deeply, completely loving yourself. Take a deep breath in, let the whole front of your body expand. Feel the power in that breath. And a big breath out. Let go of any last little things you may need to release. Also letting go of the practice, leaving it behind, knowing no matter what happened in your meditation today, you planted the seeds for your own transformation and growth. Start to move back into your physical body, taking some wider movements, maybe reaching your arms up over your head on your next inhale for a nice stretch, opening your eyes at whatever pace feels good to you. And welcome back.
Thanks so much, Corene, for that wonderful practice this morning. And thank you everyone else for joining us here at Meditation Live. My name is Lindsay, and I'm the moderator here to remind you that this is an open discussion. We'd love to hear from you. It's always nice to hear your voice. If you'd like to use the raise hand icon and ask a question or just share anything about your experience, or you can submit through the chat box or the Q&A box. And Corene, I'll go ahead for everyone. I'll put the affirmations in the chat as well if you would like to write them down or take a note of that. And we did also already get a question here from, or Sonia has a question, but she's also raising her hand. So let's listen to what she has to say here. You can unmute your mic, Sonia, when you're ready.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi,
Hi.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, go ahead.
I got a question. When you feel tingling and pain sensation, does that mean it's going away while you meditate?
It's a little muffled. You said you had a tingling
Oh,
sensation.
yes.
Did it happen? Was it in your lower body from your seated posture or
Yes.
somewhere else in your body?
In my seated posture.
Okay. Were your legs crossed or are you sitting in a chair?
In a cross.
They're crossed?
Yes.
Okay. I would recommend then, so this is very normal for anyone that is new to meditation and new to sitting for an extended, that sitting for an extended period of time in the exact same position when we are, doing a mental exercise like this, it can absolutely result in some tingling in the lower body, especially if you're sitting with your legs crossed and you're not used to that. So if you want to continue sitting with your legs crossed and you're on the floor, I would recommend switching. So if you have one leg on top, switching the other leg on top at one point is one way to keep, a little better circulation as your body's getting used to that position. You could also try sitting in a chair. So usually for anyone that's a beginner, I recommend that. Sitting in a chair where you're more supported. You have, you can sit your back up against the chair, your feet are flat on the floor, and, it's a steadier stream of blood flow through the legs and lower body. You can stomp your feet around or wiggle your legs around if needed a little more easily that way as well during the meditation. So you might try starting that way. You can also always do any meditation lying down. So if you have privacy and you're at home, you can lay on your couch, you could lay on the floor, you could lay in your bed. And that's another way to take off some of that pressure of remaining in the seated posture at first. It's a common way that we start meditation.
Right.
Does that help?
Yeah, that helps a lot, actually.
Okay, wonderful. We'll give those a try in some of your next meditations and see how it works. But always, if you feel comfortable to move, if you're uncomfortable, because we want to be able to keep our focus on the mental practice. And if you're uncomfortable in your physical body, it's not going to happen. So better to give yourself some space to just be you there.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Sonia. Appreciate your question.
You too.
Thanks for joining today. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Great answer and explanation, Corene. And we had another question, a really nice one here from Elena. She said, is it normal for emotions to come up while saying these affirmations?
Yes. I'm so glad you just asked this. This is very, very common. One of the things, when we're repeating these positive affirmations, or especially that last one, I know that a lot of my students, especially when I'm doing this one-on-one, and I get a lot of, direct feedback, that's a really hard one for most people to say at first. I deeply, completely love myself. And, it's the process of letting go of that resistance. The more resistance you have to an affirmation, the more you should probably say it, because it's pointing to some discomfort, to some disharmony, to some challenge that you have inside you that is you're feeling that misalignment in the energy when you're saying the words. And when we continue to repeat them again and again, we tend to break into the why behind that. And so I think it's a great idea to journal after these affirmations practices and reflect on things that have come up for you as you're saying them. And remember that, so when this emotion comes up, we're part of it is that we're releasing it. Okay. So anytime we're releasing something that was maybe painful or hurtful, we might feel that as well. So as we say some of these things like, I let go of stress and tension in my mind and body, as you're releasing it, as you're giving yourself permission to let that go, you might feel a little bit of it come up. I kind of think of it like, we take in every challenge, if it's come into our bodies, if it's come into our experience, if it's come into our lives, and we've buried it down here somewhere, it's going to have to come up to come out. And we're going to experience it through that process. So just know that it's normal to feel that emotion, that it's normal to have some discomfort sometimes, but that's a good thing, because that means you're letting it go. That means you're releasing it and you're working it out. And it's then, once we've worked out these past traumas, these past issues, these challenges, our disharmonies within ourselves emotionally, it's then that we can find greater inner peace and greater inner joy that flows more easily into our everyday lives. So that emotion is an important part of the affirmations process. Again, try to be with yourself. And that's why I like to point out those big exhales. I use some big exhales sometimes, guys. If you have the privacy, let it out, let it go, whatever you need to do. And if you need to then move your body around a little bit, get that stuck energy up and out, part of the process. So thanks,
Thank you,
Elena.
Corene. That was great. And Elena said, thank you so much.
Does anybody else have any thoughts on that? What are you experiencing as you say them? I know we have a lot of new people in our class today, as well as a lot of our regulars who have been practicing these affirmations with me for quite some time.
We have a comment from Mel. She said, thank you for posting the affirmations. I started writing these in my journal. I have grown so much from these panels. I am learning that because I am genuinely learning to love myself, it's easier to extend kindness to others. And she said, I love that I have everything, quote, I have everything I need.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you for always sharing your journey with us and so much wisdom. I agree that the ability to love and show greater compassion and love to others absolutely starts with our relationship and how much we love ourselves. And it's usually once we start this process that we realize there might be an issue there. You know, we can sometimes say, oh yeah, of course I love myself. But when we really get down into it, loving ourselves is quite a commitment, and getting to the place that we can fully love and accept ourselves for all that's happened in our lives, for all the good and the bad, is a journey. But getting there, it is such a ripple effect that touches every aspect and every person, every experience in your lives. So,
And
beautiful part of the journey. I see that last affirmation was very powerful.
Right, the last she's saying, number 3, which was, I deeply, completely love myself. She said that was really powerful to her.
Great, thank you so much for sharing, Elena. Yeah, these are a mix of some of my favorites today. I have everything I need is a good one too. That one to me is all about trust and trusting and letting go. When we try to, sometimes we get in this state where we're trying to control everything, and we think we're not going to get it all done, and that we're not going to have enough. And it's just taking that moment to say to totally let go and fall back into faith and trust that we will be taken care of, and that we have enough, that we do enough, and that we are enough.
Let's go ahead and unmute Stephanie's mic here to see what she'd like to share with us today. Stephanie,
Oh, hi, Stephanie.
you can unmute when you're ready. See, let's give her another moment. Stephanie, you just need to press the unmute on your end. There we go.
Okay, good morning. Yes, my emotion on the I am deeply, completely loving myself. My heart just felt heavy, and it was like a joyful feeling and had me feeling good inside. So I would like to know, is that normal?
You said it was a heavy feeling, and also, what was the other word?
Yeah, it was a heavy, like joyful feeling, happiness about, the feeling that I have about when I was saying them words, and I would like to know, is that normal feeling for me to be feeling while I was saying I'm completely, deeply loving myself?
Yes, I think you're saying that you were feeling both heaviness and joy, which,
Yes.
that is common. Yes, that is common. And the heaviness does come from a lack of feeling that fully. So it may be showing you that there is some hesitation there, that maybe there's an area that you're not fully, completely loving yourself. And you should. We all should be loving or deserve to feel love for ourselves in every way. And it's accepting, it's a process of accepting ourselves for even the challenges that are going on in our lives, which is very, very difficult to do. So we all have things that we don't like about ourselves. We all have things, challenges going on in our lives that we wish weren't happening, or that maybe we wish hadn't happened in our past. And it can take some time to find peace and to move past them, because often we push them away. Okay, so as we experience these difficulties in life, as we maybe experience challenges or things that cause us to separate from that deep love for ourselves, or we have disappointments and things that don't go our way, and we maybe beat ourselves up for it, blame ourselves, think that somehow the negative things that are happening in our lives might be our fault. When we experience those emotions and those things, often we push them away to deep parts of ourselves so that we don't have to look at them, because looking at them is painful and can be hurtful. And so it's very common. I've done this myself my whole life. Meditation has been the only thing that has enabled me to get to a place of fully being able to say that affirmation and meaning every word of it and not feeling any heaviness. It's taken a lot of time of going through and figuring out where those areas were and accepting myself for no matter what happened. And again, this is a process that we build towards as we continue on this journey of self-discovery. So
Okay.
I would recommend writing down some notes about what you experienced today and thinking about where the heaviness might have come from. And then on the other side of that, the joy, I'm so happy that you were also feeling the joyful happiness. That's your natural state. That's what your heart wants to feel. That's our natural, our bodies and our natural state of joy that we want to be in. So try to allow yourself to go back to those joyful feelings throughout your day and trying to create that feeling of joy within you, that feeling of happiness within you for even just a few moments at a time.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing something so personal and yeah, for being willing to share your journey today. As I said, that's 10 out of 10 people feel that the first time they say that affirmation. So it is a process. Keep saying it, keep committing to yourselves, to loving yourselves. You deserve it. You are worthy, and you are absolutely beautiful, incredible beings that deserve to feel that love and light and joy in your hearts. So let's take a moment here to just kind of wrap up, bringing our hands together to our hearts for one last moment and one last breath. Closing your eyes and telling yourself thank you for today's practice, for committing to you today, even during the moments that feel challenging. Take one more big breath in and big breath out to let go. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining, you guys, and we'll see you soon.